Hello everyone and welcome to the video. We finally got around to doing some tier 10 escalations in the new season. It's been a very busy one and a lot of people have been asking me in stream, are we changing our strategy in tier 10 escalations because of the new season adjustments with escalation? Now, I want to just quickly talk about those adjustments if any of you do have any questions. Let's just quickly head to one of these missions so we can have a look at the mutators. Oh, we can view it from here actually. So they have changed escalation for this season. They've removed Anchor, which was probably the most difficult mutator of last season. The enemy was very tanky. They had a huge damage sort of decrease when you shot them. And when they shot you, you were set on fire. It was a nightmare. It made things hard. And I said, as soon as they said they were taking that out, this season was going to be a lot easier. And it is. And what they brought in instead, they made some other changes as well, like with Harvester and stuff, and the way that unyielding works. You can now, when they lose the status, you can apply it again. They've made loads of changes with this to make it a lot easier. And they've gave us a brand new mutator, which is a global mutator called Variety Pack. So for this season, each time you kill an enemy with an equipped weapon, beyond the first 2 kills, you gain a stacking minus 10% penalty to weapon damage to a maximum of 50%. Reset the stacks by killing an enemy with a different weapon. Now, in the live stream when they announced the season, they did say that an assist would also reset the debuff. This seems a bit finicky with me. Sometimes seems like assists work. Sometimes I think I'm killing the enemy. It's not working. I'm not sure if this is a bit buggy right now. It's quite annoying, but it's not as annoying as I thought it was going to be. Like, I've gone through tier 10s this week where I've not even swapped my weapon and I've been absolutely fine, but we do have a lot of damage in our setup, so that might be why. Everything else is the same. Hotfoot now starts later. I think it's from tier 7 Hotfoot starts now rather than tier 6, and there's been loads of adjustments compared to last season. Tier 10s this season are so much easier. I fully expect teams will, well, more teams are going to be farming tier 10 just like we have been for the last season for sure. Well, they should be, because they have made it considerably easier. So we ended on a strategy last season that was very good. We're flying through them towards the end. We worked hard all season, testing our strategy, working it out, and figuring out what builds and synergy that we wanted, and you guys loved it. So we already kind of released a video of a new strategy, and it's pretty much the same. I don't think we're changing much. I'm going to go through the strategy now. We're going to end with one of the new tier 10s that we've done for this season. You can have a look at it. We're going through, I doubt we're even going at a third gear going through them at the minute with how easy they feel with the strategy, not even requiring full focus like last season was needed. So how we go is we go 2 DPS builds, 2 support builds. The 2 support builds are an FI Banshee build and a Refactor build. I'm going to show you all of the builds now. Now, as a DPS build, if you're looking to kind of recreate or just kind of use our strategy as inspiration or whatever, the DPS builds can be whatever you want them to be. I've actually started using this one a little bit more now. This is probably going to be my DPS build for the season, and it's just a striker build. Simple as that. But with your DPS build, just go with whatever you want. People like tipping scales, people like whatever. As long as you're hitting hard enough and you're killing things and you're not dying that much, it's going to be fine. Now, this striker build is just 4-piece striker, all critical hit damage. I will remove my cam for this bit so you don't not see anything, but yeah, all crit damage on the mods there as well. We've got a Cheska holster which needs a lot of work, but it's got crit chance, crit damage on it, and we got the Fox's Prayer knee pads which still have headshot damage. We still haven't got one with crit damage on, so we're lacking there. And then Echo across the whole build, and I think it was maxed out in my glass cannon version. I still got a bit of work to do on Echo on this build. My primary, this was the thing I was debating going into this new season. Would Frenzy still be something I want to use? Right now, yes. However, I am very interested in the new talent. I think it's called Brain Scratcher or Head Scratcher, where you get 30% amplified damage to confused enemies. I have tested it on an M60 LMG, and for some reason it's not working at all. Not even after 4 kills. I'm not confusing anything. Not sure that's bugged right now, so it's a little bit annoying, but I'm looking to bring that in whenever I get that gets fixed. So I'm still using my military MK46 from last season. Again, we've got Echo on it. We've got LMG damage target out cover, crit chance. I want damage to armor there, especially for this season. Really want that. And I've got Frenzy. Frenzy still works absolutely fine, even with the weapon swapping. Like I said, some missions I'm not even swapping my weapon because of how annoying it's been. But yeah, I'm still finding Frenzy is very, very good. It's still working fine. You'll see in the clip that I show you at the end that it's working fine, and I'm having a lot of fun with the MK46 still. The secondary, I've still got this Carbine 7, which was picked up in my first week of doing tier 10s. It dropped like this. I'm looking to replace this, I won't lie. Maybe a Lexington with that brain or head scratcher on it, with DTOC as well. That this weapon has definitely served its purpose. Looking to get this out as soon as possible for something better. Sidearm doesn't really matter, but I got the quick step. You can see Echo everywhere. We go Gunner because the rate of fire, armor on kill. Sometimes I want to run a Banshee, sometimes run Decoy. I always run a Hive to pick me up if I go down. And as for this season's modifiers, what I am running is Invincible as the active modifier. This is so good. It's like Zealot. If you remember Zealot from seasons ago, but more riskier because the damage you take, you are going to take once this ends and you will die a lot. But this enables me to just be invincible, take a tactical down to get through some tough areas or to murder a boss very quickly or whatever. I can use this to huge advantage, and the surge one's pretty decent as well, so I try and keep canisters on me when I'm using it. But Invincible for me for a DPS build is absolute must have. Then as for the passives, I don't have it set up like this. Let me get this set up. Well, actually, I'll have munitions belt on while I've got 600 munitions. When I drop below 400 munitions, I'll take that off. So I'll start with munitions belt, Contagion, and I'll have Surge Drive. Surge Drive, just make sure I'm only using one canister when I proc the Invincible. Contagion, when I'm close to an enemy, I got a chance of doing 40% more damage, and this will keep on transferring to enemy. You just got to shoot the enemy that it transfers to. That's pretty decent. Munition belt allows me to have 600 munitions. When that comes down below 400, I could switch this up to Viper Bite, so I'm poisoning enemies. I could go to Unfriendly Fire if against hyenas, so I could shoot shields, and that'll do extra damage. And that's probably all I'd do. I could go Hazard Protection, but I don't think I need that at all. There's nothing really there I would use. Now, if I'm going in the dark zone, obviously I switch this up to something else, but in terms of tier 10 escalations, that is my setup with the modifiers. And I know you're going to want to have a look at the stats of my current build. I'm currently at 50.3 crit chance, 167% crit damage. But like I said, for a DPS build, there's loads of ways you can do this. You can go Cheska Glass like I do, Obliterate. You can go Salvo. You can go Coyote's Mask, bring that in. So much you can do. This is just how I run it, and it's very effective. So have two people with DPS builds that are hitting similar to what this build will do. And then the two support builds. We'll have one person running Refactor. Now, I got to say this every time that I show this Refactor build because people just can't get their head around it. They think we're using it wrong. I'm not suggesting you do this strategy. I'm just letting you know what we do. We stream this all the time. We farm tier 10s for fun, and this is how we do it. A lot of people ask how we do it. Can they see how we do it? Can they see the builds? This is me just doing that. If you don't think this works, then no worries. You do whatever you want to do, but it works for us. So this is the current Refactor build we're using. However, the Wyvern chest has been changed. I just haven't got a decent one yet. It's the new named chest piece, the Benefactor. So this is what I'll be putting on it. Because this comes with Perfect Empathic Resolve, which is what I had on the old Wyvern chest. So it puts the damage up to 20% from 15 with this, and we find it far better. So Lady Rock runs our Refactor most of the time, and this is currently what she's got on. She has skill haste and skill damage as the rolls, but I'd want probably status effect and skill damage as the rolls if it's going to be perfect. So the new name chest piece is going to go on this Refactor build. Then there's going to be 4 Refactor pieces. We got the mask, we got the gloves, we got the knees and the holster. Roll them all to skill damage. Birdie's backpack, main reason for this, or the only reason for this, is to pick up people very, very quickly. And then it's the turret and drone, and this is where people struggle with, because the turret gets destroyed straight away from the pulsers, and there's better skills to use. We should use the oxidizer, and we love the turret and drone. I wouldn't change them for anything personally as a DPS. This is set up for how I want a DPS, and I love it. Love what the turret does. Love what the drone does. This is what Stacey uses. Healing is kind of like the lowest priority of this build. These skills are great decoys, and we get healing off them while they're doing their job, which is great. And she places them in great positions, which is awesome. As for the augments on the build, the augment we did have last season, the one that gave the refactor extra healing from the skills, but this season we decided to switch it up with our new strategy with the Banshee build, and we're having Atomize, which increases the grenade radius. So we have that on every single piece. It'll go on the chest as well once that is prototyped, and that will increase the flame grenade radius because as the primary weapon, we're going to use on this build the lefty, and we're going to be applying perfect sledgehammer to enemies as often as possible. I know people will say this doesn't work for your squad members. It always has done. Why the text hasn't reverted back to what it should be, I don't know, but it never did stop working for your team. It's always worked for your team. They were going to make the change once they didn't, but the text stayed the same. So we get the refactor sledging as much as possible. The bigger the grade radius is, the better, and the more status effect on the build, the better as well. I'm even thinking, can I maybe swap a few of these grenade radius augments to Trapper to extend the flame duration as well? It won't extend the sledge, but it'll extend the flame. But I want to see what maximum grenade radius is first, and we currently haven't leveled Atomize up to see what that is. So once we see that what that is, we'll adjust if needed and let you know in the future. Secondary is a Scorpio for obvious reasons. You can use a Scorpio to proc the debuffs on the enemy and things like that, but the main job is going to be sledging at the start of enemies, sledging spawns, throwing the skills out, using them in good positions to act as decoys, and then obviously that'll be healing the squad. I'd say the quick step is very important on this build, especially when your teammates are going down and you want to run to them and you want to get them up. You can use a quick step to get to them quick. And with that said, in a tight situation where your whole team's down and you're the person that's meant to be reviving, right, make sure on the modifiers, the active modifier you're using is invincible. You could proc that, you can go and get the revives, and you can make sure your team are up risk-free because no one can kill you. And if you can go down, they can quickly get you back up. But that's going to work very well on a refactor build. As for the passive modifiers, I'm not really sure. You're not really going to be using munitions on this or anything. There is one that you'll want to use for this build probably, and it's going to be the increased status effect by 30%. Definitely have Spark and Flame as a passive. But as for the other passives, I don't really know. I think Spark and Flame is the only thing that's going to be beneficial for this build. That's the refactor one that we run. And finally, for the second support build, we have the FI Banshee. I finally got a chance to play with this myself. Absolutely love it. This makes tier 10s so easy. You've seen us, if you've seen us live and stream at the end of last season, how easy it was then, and it's gone into this new season and it's just perfect. It's making it a walk in the park. So this FI Banshee build, the whole purpose of this is to be bansheeing as often as possible, throwing shock trap out. You can take the shock trap off for something else if you want to. I've been trying it with foam and things. Shock trap does work great though, and you want to be doing overcharge banshees when you can as well to give you DPS even more damage. They'll be getting damage off the empathic resolve when they get heals from the refactor. They'll be getting extra damage off your FI. They'll be getting extra damage off your overcharged banshees. There's just so much extra damage going to the DPS in this setup, but the DPS hit incredibly hard. But this build is just 4-piece FI, mask, chest, holster, gloves. That's all rolled to status effect. There'll be status effect on every single piece. As for the mods, just skill haste, same as the refactor. I don't think I said what mods we use on that. It's just skill haste mods on the refactor as well. And yeah, just trying to get as much status effect into the build as possible. We're using FI because of the 4-piece bonus for the DPS. The 4-piece bonus is going to give you 15% extra damage for your DPS. With the chest piece, you actually get the 15 increase to 25. So when your DPS are at full armor, they're going to be doing 25% extra damage. Can't tell you how good it feels when you do take damage and the refactor heals you. Have an empathic resolve on top of the FI ground control. 40% damage, you just melt through enemies on tier 10. It's fantastic. And then think of that happening when a sledge is going off. Think of that happening when an overcharge banshee is going off as well. So like another 15% damage, 35% damage on top of the 40. There's moments where you just annihilate spawns, and you see it live in the streams when we're doing it all the time, and it's brilliant. So it's 4-piece FI. The knee pads, we've gone with shiny monkey gear, gives skill duration, which isn't that important. but you get 24% status effect there. You want a skill haste roll as well. Now, you could go electric instead. With electric, it'll give you, I think it's 10% status effect as the one-piece bonus. So 10% status effect on the electric with a 15% god roll on prototype will give you 25 in total, 1% better than the grease. However, it's a bit of a gamble because when you upgrade it, if you got the skill haste as the god roll instead, you'd be left with 10% and you'd actually be 4% less than the grease. So the safe option would be to upgrade the grease because you're guaranteed to get the 24% status effect when you turn this into prototype. And yeah, it's just a safer one. For 1%, we just went grease. And finally, on this build, we used the Acosta's Go Bag, would you believe it? The Acosta's Go Bag is used because when you throw a grenade, it refunds it and grants +1 skill tier for 15 seconds. That'll grant overcharge if already at skill tier 6. You could do this every single 60 seconds. Also gives you some more status effects there as well, including some more grenades. So the idea of this build, at the start of every area, you're going to throw a grenade out, you're going to do an overcharge banshee, and for the rest of the area, then you'll place your shock trap, whatever other skill you choose to use. You'll do more banshees. Once the minute is up, you'll be able to do an overcharge banshee again, and you're just crowd controlling constantly, making the lives easy for the DPS players. It works an absolute charm. Now, what you can also do is, for the primary on this build, get like an ACS 12 or a stack broker, something like that. Throw on the talent perpetuation, where headshots grant 75% status effect damage and duration to the next status you apply. And at the end of every area, or when you got time, just quickly fire towards enemies' heads. You're guaranteed to hit one, pretty much with this shotgun. And then your next status effect will then have even more duration on it, which is insane. We call it a half-an-hour banshee when that happens. Secondary is the Sweet Dreams. For obvious reasons, you can switch to this and just take out a red and purple bar if needed when you want to. And the sidearm is the Quick Step, which is pretty handy again to run into an area and get into areas very, very quickly. You do have to use the gunner with this with this build, the gunner specialization, because that brings the banshee. You can't use the banshee without the gunner. And again, with the modifiers, you will probably want invincible, and you'll want to throw on that spark and flame for even more status effect. Other than that, I don't know what you'd use on the modifiers. I did forget to show you what the refactor build was using as the specialization. We use a crossbow for that. That gives your DPS players an extra 10% damage when targets are on a status effect, which is brilliant. It's even more damage for the DPS. Every time a banshee goes off, they'll be getting 10% damage from that specialization as well. So that's basically our 4 builds we are using when you watch us in streams. That's how we're going to be doing our tier 10 escalations this season. It's how we ended last season. It's working a charm this season. And like I said, on a DPS build, the only thing I'm really looking to do is bring in a new talent where we get 30% extra damage to confused enemies. I'm sure you can see why with the Banshee going off all the time. The enemies are going to be confused. 30% amp. I think that could be even better than Frenzy. I'm half debated trying a tipping scales build where I can have Frenzy and that new talent. I just don't like tipping scales, but I'll give it a go. We'll get a level up. We'll see how we go. If this strategy changes at all before the end of the season, we will release another video. I don't think it will do, though. I think I'm going to be locked in to this all season because it's going so smooth. I don't think there's a tier 10 mission we won't be able to fly through with this strategy. I'm going to show you a full gameplay now of one of the missions from this week. Enjoy it. You can see all of this in action. Feel free to come and join our streams, watch, ask questions down below in the comments if you got any questions about this. I know one of them might be why we got 6 skill tiers. We could go red or blue. I know, I'm just trying to future-proof any changes. Red or blue on One Piece ain't going to change how we do or what we do with our strategy at all. It'll make no difference. So I know there's 6 skill tiers when we don't need to have them. But again, feel free to ask any questions. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Enjoy the gameplay now, and until next time, take care. No. What's up at the time? Not even looking back for protos.
See if you can hook Isaac into that terminal and get us some intel.
See, things like that's good for the sweet dreams right there. Oh,
the bag
murdered me.
Alright, let's see what we got. There's an active lab on the north side close to
Hey,
you.
Simmy!
Your
Hope
first
you well.
priority should be to shut that down.
Hello, Simmy.
What's up, Simmy?
Looks like the best way to take the lab offline is the decontamination protocol.
That's just a fancy way of saying everything gets sterilized.
Isaac's not detecting the gas needed for the decom process.
I'll push down the right side on this bit.
Okay.
Hit the main fuel line in the basement. That should get it flowing again.
Open the fuel line. That should give the decon protocol enough gas to run.
Remember to clear everything as we go.
Next one.
Get ready on the button, Stace. You can do that ready. Speed it up.
I'm on it.
Now you're on
The
it.
decontamination protocol
This
can
is
be initiated
quick.
from a panel in the lab above you. Stay
Flying.
put once you pull the trigger and you should be safe. Top floor. You can't miss it. It's right in the middle of the lab.
Virus samples detected.
We could screw those ads if we're just rushing, by the way.
Oh, that's
I'm already in there.
True. Yep.
I'm on my way. I'm on my
Probably
way.
wasted more time now. We should have just killed him.
Yep.
I thought you guys would have came with me. I should have said.
Yeah, I think
I've just got used to killing them now for
Yeah.
Should be able to access the morgue at the far end of the West Wing construction site.
What do you want, baby?
If they haven't been disposing of the corpses properly, we could have another outbreak on our hands.
Vital signs critical.
Oh.
Agent out of action.
Oh no! He took out my thingy.
Yeah, I'm not. I know I need to get you,
Agent
but
killed.
I'm not risking getting you while there's a spawn.
I should have pressed T. Thank you.
Right, Demi Rose, stop knocking my mouse, please, baby.
Nice work, nice work. Never lost too much time.
Someone who's infected but doesn't show symptoms. If I'm right, they're weaponizing green poison and turning it loose on the city. Destroy anything that might be contaminated.
one time this speed run just glitched before.
Yeah.
the head of the outcasts. If she's an asymptomatic carrier, they've got an endless supply of the virus to play with.
Agent, your route out is going to take you into the DCD research library.
Hey, while you're in there, do me a favor. Recover everything you can on broad-spectrum antivirals.
Serious trauma detected. Agent incapacitated.
Yep.
Only dub.
Oh my god.
An
Okay.
agent needs assistance.
It's annoying how the Banshee don't work down here. I'm gonna be down again, Stace, probably. Decoy's going out.
Got him.
Okay, he's gone now.
Alright, let's do that.
Oh, the second one's a pulsing. A gunner.
Got this shit.
System disrupted. System reactivated.
I'll go and get ready on the button.
The DCD's data analysis lab is just
Hitting the
ahead.
button.
See what data you can grab for Kelso.
Data transfer initiated.
That's the nice Banshee right there, isn't it, on these ones?
Yeah.
Done. 34 seconds. Probably got time to get this frickin'
I'll get mine
rotor.
down
It's just
too.
there. Gonna Banshee the first. I'm gonna save my invincibility for when the boss spawns to just get up there, annihilate everything up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I usually Banshee
Data
first, and I
transfer
stick a shot
completed.
trap up top.
Yeah.
Clear to get out of there.
Back.
With the lab and samples destroyed, I don't think the outcasts are going to be able to do much
I'm
else
not
from
going
here.
up the right side either,
Here they
because
come. Be careful.
everything's just Bansheed. Just gotta face tank the fuckers.
You okay?
Then out to the left, shooting G. Red bar. Nice, boss dead.
They're gonna go down, but over high.
Probably in the same boat.
Agent
There you
down.
go.
What's behind
Vital
us?
signs
Oh, I
critical.
see him now.
Agent down.
I'm dead.
Dun.
Okay, nice.
Do you think there's anything else up here, Stace?
No, bottom left spawn. Haven't got a Banshee for him, but be careful. Quick slowly.
Nice, thank you.
Coming after me.
Yeah, it's the last spawn, right?
Yep.
That's done real good. Well done. GG's. Definitely a PB. Could even improve on that.
A PB. Mm-hmm. Got that invincible. Oh!
Oh, it's so good. I love it. It's a tactical down maybe, but it allows you to get right on the spawn and just annihilate it. It's like a boss or something. All the damage target cover added to the build when you do it. It's ridiculous.